Our next contestant, Wuchen Jong. Wuchen Jong.
Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially Chris, thank you so much for your terribly ghoulish story tonight. A couple of years ago, I took my son, along with some dads and I, took our sons to a camping trip. And after we had stuffed ourselves with hamburger and hot dogs and had our fire going, one of the dads started speaking a scary story. And I could feel my son, as the story progressed, kind of inching closer and closer toward me, burrowing his head into my belly. Chris's story evoked that emotion from me, because I know that if he were here tonight, instead of trick-or-treating, he would be doing exactly the same thing right beside me. I really liked Chris's speech. It was very appropriate for tonight, Halloween. She was dressed for an occasion, and she delivered a story that was very, very apropos. I like how she set up the speech from the very beginning. She told us that she was going to tell us two stories, and it was very easy for us to follow those two stories. And I like how she set up, building up the suspense, as all good, suspenseful horror stories should be. There are 3 suggestions I could give Chris the next time she were to give this speech in a similar setting. One is obviously the mic issues. I would suggest that if she had more time, that she would be able to come up here and practice a couple times with the mic. And hopefully that would have cleared up some of the mic issues. I looked around and it was kind of distracting for the audience, and I could tell that it was even distracting for Chris. Number 2, I sensed this kind of nervous breathlessness in her voice as she was delivering it, which is obviously, we're a little bit nervous when we're up here. But I felt like she could have used and channeled that energy into the story itself and gave the story more power. And finally, number 3, I kind of wish that she could have, mimicked some of the characters in her story. One of the most evocative images from the story for me was Mrs. Johnson with her lantern looking up and down the riverbank for her missing husband. And I think if she had either voiced it or acted it out, I think that would have added a lot of character to the story. But overall, I really, really enjoyed your speech tonight, Chris. It was very apropos to the setting for tonight, and I just am glad that my son Ethan isn't with me tonight, because even if he was, he would be waking me up every single 5 minutes tonight. Thank you very much.